Our mission is to advance patient care by bringing the patient perspective to the research.
We're a different type of organization. We don't have a patient constituency. We work with other organizations to bring their research advocates together.
There were three of us, Judy Perotti, Elder Rayleigh, and myself.
I'm not a cancer survivor. My sister has had cancer, and I've had a number of family members that have had cancer. But in my work, I represent those caregivers and family members that want to advocate for better research. And so there's an element of research advocacy that's very important to be inclusive of what we sometimes call co-survivors.
We felt very strongly that we needed more of us. We enjoyed the work immensely. We felt it was very fulfilling, but we couldn't represent everyone. We needed a lot more different cancers represented, and we needed different patient populations represented, and different diversity. I think, first of all, you have to see research as the answer. And once you do, then you want that to be your way of making a difference. So you have to be comfortable with some ambiguity, and you have to be comfortable with the fact that you're going to need to learn quite a bit about the science and the scientific process.
We realize that not all patient advocates will be research advocates, because you don't have, a lot of people aren't that interested in the science. But what Research Advocacy Network really tries to do is find those people who really want to advance research and be a part of that dialogue, and give them the tools that they need to really be successful in research advocacy.
It is a huge commitment, and it's a huge responsibility.
Yes.
And I think that we have to acknowledge that, and acknowledge that sometimes we'll have successes and sometimes we won't. And you have to be comfortable with that, and comfortable with the idea that this is going to take, as you said, a long time. We have what we call the Roadmap to Research Advocacy, and it's on our website, and they can look at that, and that will give them some ideas of the opportunities and the education and kind of the disposition you need, or the personality you need to be comfortable in this kind of setting. We do have this self-assessment tool on our website too, so they can kind of self-assess. We want to be as inclusive, not exclusive. It's really you deciding whether this is right for you. There's a high learning curve. We sometimes call it alphabet soup, because you'll hear somebody talk about the FDA and the OBBR, and if you don't know what that is, you kind of lose the whole train of the conversation trying to figure out what all those acronyms are. So yes, you have to be willing to learn that. You have to be willing to better understand the science itself, which is ever-changing, it seems.
When we started the network, there really wasn't a place for research advocates that really wanted to learn more about the science, learn more about the research process. There really wasn't a place for them to go.
We do have the Advocate Institute. It's on our website. It's available. You just register, no charges.
We really have focused a lot on educating and providing those foundational tools to give the science background. We're not trying to become a scientist, but we are trying to become educated enough that we have the confidence to ask the right questions.
We try and make it as easy as possible for people to access the information they need.
We have written materials that are free, can be ordered on our website, but we also support that with lectures that are housed in our Advocate Institute. We develop tutorials on genomics in cancer, biomarkers in cancer, clinical trials, clinical trial design, pathology and tissue research. These are usually 1-hour lectures. You can play anytime. There's no charge to listen to them. And these are renowned experts in the subject that have recorded these lectures for us.
We do also have some face-to-face trainings. One of them is the Focus on Research program that we do in conjunction with ASCO each year.
We also provide some collegial opportunities for other advocates from other disease sites, for lung cancer advocates to meet with breast cancer advocates and to network and to learn from each other, so that we really aren't just body parts, but we're advocates working together to advance science.
Everybody talks about research advocacy now. when we started, we said, okay, we're going to name it and claim it. And now it's a common term. Then it was like, huh?
We can be a practical problem solver, where a lot of times they're thinking in a scientific method, where we're thinking in a practical method. So we can help them reframe their thinking sometimes, hopefully.
I think it's that idea that the science is going to be better and the science will be more relevant to the patient if indeed the patient voice is there at the very beginning.